Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you're watching, you already know that the Steelers are always in the middle of something interesting, but this latest move is truly a game changer. Just a few days ago, out of nowhere, the Steelers made a strategic and somewhat surprising signing, bringing in Raheem Blackshear to their practice squad. And let me tell you, this signing is more than just adding another player. It's about addressing a very specific challenge that's been haunting the team lately: their kick return game. You see, the Steelers have been dealing with some turbulence in their special teams unit, especially in the return game. If you've been following the team closely, you know how critical those special teams plays can be. They can flip the field, energize the team, or, unfortunately, cost you dearly if they go wrong. And right now, the Steelers needed some fresh energy, some versatility, and some reliability back there. That's exactly what Blackshear brings to the table. Raheem Blackshear, for those who might not be as familiar, entered the league as an undrafted free agent with the Buffalo Bills. But it's with the Carolina Panthers that he's spent the last few seasons, developing his skills and showing what he can do on the field. Over his 3 seasons in the NFL, he's appeared in 41 games, including 2 starts, and he's demonstrated a decent level of versatility. What stands out about Blackshear is not just his rushing ability, averaging around 3.9 yards per carry, but also his potential as a receiving threat out of the backfield. That's an important aspect for a team like the Steelers who value multi-dimensional players that can help in different facets of the game. But what truly caught the Steelers' attention is his special teams prowess. Blackshear has averaged an impressive 26.3 yards per kick return, which is quite noteworthy in today's NFL standards. That kind of average can really help shift momentum, especially when the Steelers are looking to energize their offense after long drives or set up prime field position. Plus, he's also contributed as a punt returner, averaging 8.7 yards per return. These numbers are no coincidence. They reflect a player who's confident, explosive, and ready to make an impact the moment he steps onto the field. Now, why did the Steelers decide to bring Blackshear in right now? Well, it's all about addressing their recent struggles. After Week 2, things haven't been smooth in the return game, especially after rookie running back Caleb Johnson was demoted following a costly mistake against the Seattle Seahawks. That game was a turning point of sorts, exposing vulnerabilities in the team's kickoff return strategy. Since then, Pittsburgh has been scrambling to find reliable solutions. They've turned to Kenneth Gainwell and Trey Sermon, with Sermon being elevated from the practice squad in recent weeks, but neither of them has been able to fully stabilize that aspect of the game. And let's not forget, the Steelers are also dealing with injuries at the punt return spot. Calvin Austin, who is their primary punt returner in Week 4, is sidelined with a shoulder injury. That leaves a pretty big hole, and the team needs someone capable of stepping up without losing momentum. Blackshear, with his proven return skills, could very well be that guy. His ability to make big plays on returns could help the Steelers regain their special teams edge and, more importantly, boost their overall field position, something that's been a bit inconsistent lately. This move also reflects a broader strategy by the Steelers' coaching staff, focusing on building a team that's not just solid offensively and defensively, but also dangerous in the return game. It's about complementing their core strengths and maximizing opportunities. The Steelers have always been a team that values grit, versatility, and smart game management, and signing Blackshear aligns perfectly with that philosophy. His presence might also serve as a wake-up call for other players, pushing them to elevate their game and tighten up those special teams units. Of course, fans are curious about what this means moving forward. Will Blackshear become a staple in the lineup? Will he help the Steelers finally stabilize that chaotic return game? Those are questions that only time will answer. But one thing is for sure, the Steelers are clearly making a calculated move to improve their chances, especially at a time when every game counts more than ever in the playoff chase. The AFC North is fiercely competitive this year, with teams like the Ravens, Bengals, and Browns all vying for supremacy. Pittsburgh has been in the mix, but consistency remains the key. Every small improvement, every big play, and every reliable return can be the difference between a playoff berth and an early exit. That's why this addition of Blackshear is so significant. It's about making the team more dynamic, more unpredictable, and ultimately more dangerous to their division rivals. And let's take a quick moment to appreciate the history of the Steelers and their special teams. Over the years, they've had some legendary returners and special teams units that set the standard in the league. Players like Antonio Brown, who started as a returner before blossoming into one of the NFL's top wide receivers, or the team's consistent emphasis on disciplined, aggressive special teams play, have always been a hallmark of Pittsburgh football. Even in recent seasons, the Steelers have prioritized this aspect of their game, knowing how pivotal it can be in close contests. That's why bringing in Blackshear isn't just a stopgap. It's a strategic move aimed at restoring some of that Steelers' special teams swagger. Looking ahead, the team's coaching staff will be closely watching how Blackshear adapts to the system and how well he integrates with the other returners and the overall team dynamics. The pressure is on because the Steelers aren't just trying to patch up a problem. They're aiming to elevate their entire game, especially in those crucial moments of field position battles. And for fans of the team, this move injects a new sense of hope and excitement. It's a reminder that the Steelers are always looking for ways to improve, to innovate, and to stay competitive in this tough AFC landscape. Now, as we analyze the bigger picture, it's worth noting that this signing also speaks to the team's long-term planning. They're always scouting for talent, looking for players who can contribute immediately, but also have the potential to grow and develop. Blackshear has shown flashes of brilliance in his NFL career, and if he can bring that same energy to Pittsburgh, it could be a real boon for the team's special teams and overall offensive versatility. And I want to emphasize that this isn't just about one player or one game, it's about a team effort. The Steelers have a rich history of resilience, of overcoming adversity and finding ways to win. The addition of Blackshear is another chapter in that ongoing story, a story of a franchise that refuses to stand still, always evolving, always fighting for that next victory. With the season still in full swing, every move counts, and this one might just prove to be one of the most impactful of the year. So, Steelers fans, keep a close eye on how Blackshear fits into the puzzle. Watch his impact on special teams, on the field position battles, and perhaps even on the momentum of the entire team. It's a fascinating development, and I genuinely believe it could be a turning point for the Steelers' return game, a crucial component that, if stabilized, could help them secure more wins and push deep into the postseason. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this move? Do you think Blackshear will become a key piece in their special teams puzzle? Are you confident that he can help stabilize that return game and boost their overall performance? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. This is what makes the Steelers community so special. The passion, the insights, the anticipation for every game. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more analysis, and more inside stories about your favorite team. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep supporting this historic franchise all the way to that next Super Bowl run. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Steelers.